Kom rem mi pui hay kolei ko hui tuning hin ai ni zat hi ni sintik asang inum ni tloma sang inum akum katlai hin ka hi threm asang chu yang kum khanu doctor MBBS in chu thai in khat ni sapa ni nai sumler khup ama hi karung kaya ko om pu paumilen sapa kayang kum khana lai huwa jenim session admission lai to ke kana tungkum hinu aveno a pathen lungseda ai nisa ni nai lekha ka themtak Hmangte Ronald Kom medical NEET exam hi aman crack atoa tunchung hin admission num a hei sai okay ana admission details si khonmo atlo hai khunga mo ti hi pulap akhan akin le ama khan ani hi pexik details ka khana tuning hin pa kompen chu aini inting mi harkhat si chu ni nai ka chang thai ni sapa ka chang thai ka ja ko om doctor Hmangte Neison hi amanum aphat ka chintak a hei khai shura tuning hiwa ni sapa ni nai pa Ronald le chomkhat inbek shum na hin apha ni pek yara ma chungam Kom Tv kan pa na kan phung kana Ronald chung hinum. First of all, I want to congratulate Hmangte Ronald Kom. Congratulations, Ronald. And all the subscribers and all the viewers. Most of the time, we are going to use English today because we got a feedback and we got a request from the subscribers that please use in English. Yet, we might not be able to explain it very well, but somehow we are going to give the most important points, maybe both in English and Kom. So I request all the viewers and subscribers, today you will surely get benefit from this small discussion through Kom TV. Let me just give a small introduction. On my right hand, Dr. M. Neison. Dr. M. Neison, he is a specialist in pediatrics. And he is presently he is at District Hospital Tamenglong, and Dr. M. Neison DCH MD, whatever he is under Manipur Health Service, and he will be giving more details from himself. So I welcome Dr. Neison, and again let me go to Hmangte Ronald Kom. He is the son of Hmangte Ronald Kom, and his mother name is Kim. Presently, they are staying in Churchampu, and he just completed his higher secondary from Shelmat Higher Secondary School. All the details and everything will be explained by themselves, so I will not take much time now. Khabazara Khan tuninga discussion nito hi nipung ni zat akum kataya doctor inkat nikesho chancho. After 10 years we will be having 10 doctors. After 20 years we will be having 20 doctors. We will be having sufficient enough of doctors. Iba hike kawjara kan tuning hin hay kon mo ay ninay Hmangte Ronald hin prepare atua NEET crack ato hay kon mo aman atuna NEET hi akal huda hay kon mo aman kathatak lekha tay siti hi hintinga kaza ko om ni nai Dr. M. Neison arhipexike iba hike tunya ni discussion hi. So let me start from Hmangte Ronald. I will be taking very few time in asking the questions, and I request all the both of you, Ronald and Neison, please take your time and please give a detailed information about the questions. So let me ask Mr. Hmangte Ronald Kom. Ronald, will you please tell us something about you?
My name is Hmangte Ronald Kom. Currently, I'm living in Ringkai, Churchalpur. My father's name is Hmangte Ronald Kom, and my mother's name is Kim. We are a family of 4. I have a younger sister who is currently studying in class 10. Uh, that's all.
Okay.
Uh,
And what about, will you please tell us again about your academic background, about your
oh,
education?
I I finished my class 10 from Young Learner School here in Surjanpur. I scored 81% in my HSLC, my matrix, my matriculation examination,
Okay.
and I continued my further studies here in Silmat Christian Higher in Surjanpur also, but due to some reasons, I wasn't able to perform that well in my 11 and 12 examinations.
Any achievement during your school days or any academic like awards, achievement awards that
Well,
from school?
well, I have a lot of achievements, but there are two I'm particularly proud of. One is I got this. I was handed this Excellence in Science Award from Young Learner School when I was in class 10. Also, after my matriculation result came out, uh, I scored the highest marks in English in Surjanpur, and I was awarded Excellence in English by the Mar Students Association (HSA). I
Okay.
am particularly proud of those two. So,
That's very good to hear about that. And we, the Comrem people, we are so proud of
mm,
you. The moment we got the news about your selection, no matter
mm,
where we are, yeah, the whole Churchampur, whoever know you, they might be very happy. But especially being a small community, or Comrem people, they are
mm,
very happy. They share your name. They keep on asking whose son is that, from where, which village did he belong, and what is he doing? What is even they are asking where where did he get all this kind of education? So one more thing, will you please tell me, from which village do you belong, and presently where do you stay, and then what are you doing right now? Like we already know that you already get admission, whatever, but will you please tell us more details that from which village do you belong, and tell me your father name and your again like your grandfather. You have already said few things, but we
okay,
want to know more details.
okay. My grandfather and my grandmother currently reside in Turing Paisen village.
Okay.
That's near Sagang. And
Okay.
my mother comes from Lamka.
Okay.
That is in Surjanpur.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Currently, we are living in Renkai. We have a permanent residence here in Renkai village.
Okay.
And what else? Well,
So
can you
father,
repeat the question?
yeah.
Oh, my father has a government job, and my mother is a shopkeeper. And we've been living here in Renkai for the past, I don't know, 24, 25 years,
Okay.
and it's become a permanent home for us now.
That's very good to hear. So someday if
Mm,
we happen to visit Chushampu, we'll be coming out there.
mm,
Maybe we
okay.
might come there for one night stay. Thank you so much,
Of
Ronald.
course.
And
Uh,
now let's go to the point. Like, why do you choose medical as a profession? Why do you want to become a doctor? Why do you choose?
uh, Actually, I didn't want to become a doctor. I didn't choose this medical line. But when I was a young kid, when I was in class 7, 8, I'm not sure anymore, my father suffered a heart attack and he almost died. And I felt so hopeless. And again, when I was in class 10, my mother also got seriously sick. She had to undergo around five five operations, and she almost lost her life. And
Okay.
then I felt so hopeless. And then I and I thought to myself, what can I do to help people who are who are currently who are undergoing through the same trauma that I have went through? So And then when I visited the hospital, I saw all these sick people feeling helpless, and I said, well, this is my calling. And from that moment I thought I wanted to become a doctor. So that's the moment I chose this medical line, to help people, to help the needy people.
That's very challenging, and it's very what to say, it's very how to say, like challenging. And how can I say, but when people want to do something, that means that comes from your heart. That's why you want to choose this to help those needies,
Yes.
right? This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good. And I hope God knows what you have in your mind, and God knows what your plan, right? That's why,
Yes.
yeah, see, NEET exam is not easy, that we all know that. But then somehow you have got selected this year. So I want
Mm,
to ask you one more question, like,
mm.
uh, how do you prepare this NEET exam?
Well, that's a very interesting question because most of the time they ask me, how many hours do you study? How long do you study? I don't really agree with that question, you know. How many hours do you study? Uh, I correct their question, say, how much do you study? You know. So the way I prepare is I don't look at my watch. I look at my watch only when I wake up and when I go to bed. So that's like I don't know. I study around probably 17, 18 hours a day. I
Okay.
don't. I took coaching for 2 years, I believe, in Comet and Messi, but this year I didn't take coaching. So I look at YouTube. You know, there's all these channels on YouTube that help NEET aspirants. They explain nicely, and I bought a lot of books. Bought around probably 20, 30 books, all
Okay.
based on NEET, all these questions. And we have this particular book called NCRT from the Central Board of
Yes.
Secondary Education, CBSE, that is. And we study that. And then I'll study for like, I'll start my session from 7 in the morning. And
Mm.
then I'll study without even washing my face whenever, just directly when I wake up, I'll start studying, and then I'll
Okay.
study till around 11. Then I'll go take a bath, wash up, have my breakfast. Then I'll I'll relax a bit, and then I'll start again till around 5 or 6 in the evening, and then I'll have my dinner, and then I'll start, and then I'll study till I don't know, sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'll wake up. I'll continue like that again, and then I have this particular set of routine that I follow. Uh, I I make this routine, you know, biology, chemistry, and physics. These are the three subjects for NEET. So in a day, I'll try to complete at least 6 chapters of biology, and then 4 of physics, and then 3 of chemistry. I'll do it like that every day, and then I was able to complete the whole syllabus in a month. In a month, so I was able to revise like 4 or 5 times before my NEET exam, which was in July. So I studied like that every day. It's tiring but rewarding.
Okay. Yeah. And one more questions, like
Mm,
we are talking about NCRT. So
mm.
is that, are you reading NCRT particular textbook, or are you reading NCRT compile collection of questions? How do you read? Which part of NCRT
Oh,
you're reading?
like I said before, we have these NCRT textbooks, which are the main textbooks that the medical council have what to say
Recommend.
uh, recommended for us. Yeah, and
Okay.
then like I said before, I bought like what 20, 30 books, and then I'll keep them all in a table. You know, firstly, I give my first preference to NCRT textbooks, and then I'll look at the other textbooks, and if there are any informations which are not available in the NCRT textbook, I'll write it down in my NCRT textbook, and then I'll read it again. But then again, The most important one, I believe, is the mock test and this MCQ, multiple choice questions, which
Okay.
are very important. You have to learn all these multiple choice questions for the aspirants. Without that multiple choice questions, we can't crack NEET. You have
Okay.
to be very fluent in multiple choice questions because they don't ask they don't ask it directly from the textbook. They twist the questions, and also that's how I study.
Oh, that's very good. That's very interesting to hear about that.
Mm,
More questions like while you prepare, how
mm.
do you prepare physics, chemistry, biology at the same time, or like do you which paper do you feel is the toughest out of this chemistry, bio, and physics?
For me, chemistry is the toughest. Chemistry is the toughest subject. Biology and physics, they're okay, but I get stuck in chemistry for a long time. So I made my routine a bit lighter for chemistry, but I studied it the hardest. I studied like 3 chapters in a day probably, so that I can give more time to chemistry, to the particular lessons.
Okay.
The other chapters, I don't give it that much thought, but I give it I give it a lot of time. But chemistry, I particularly focus on chemistry because that's my weakest link.
Oh, that's very interesting. And so, the questions, how do you like during examination? How do you
Mm.
attempt? Like, do you is it this NEET exam is through online, right?
No, no, it's pen and paper mode.
It's a paper, right? So how do
Mm.
you attempt? Like, do you start with the toughest paper, chemistry, or do you start with
No,
biology?
no, no.
How do you do this?
So our NEET examination is divided into 3 papers: biology, which consists of botany and zoology,
Mm-hmm.
physics and chemistry, PCB. So biology carries the most marks. That's 280 marks in biology, 180 each. 360 marks in biology, 180 each for physics and chemistry. So biology being the easiest subject, let's just say it. Let's just come to terms with that one. It consists of 100 questions, not 45 questions each from each subject. So biology you can finish if you're very fluent in biology, you can finish it in like 30 minutes, and then you continue towards chemistry and then physics. But that's how I do it because I want to save more time for solving my physics questions. That's why I leave my physics at the last. But biology being the easiest, I solve it at the first, and then chemistry, and then physics.
Oh, that's very interesting. So, is there any
Mm.
cutoff in each paper? Is there any cutoff?
No, there's no cutoff. The cutoff will depend on the merit list, the from the state.
Okay, okay. So how many attempts have you gone so far with this NEET exam?
I believe this is my third attempt. My first attempt, uh, COVID struck, and then couldn't study anymore. And my second attempt, I got sick and had to undergo surgery, so I couldn't study.
Okay,
And this time, I had to study extremely hard to get to where I am right now.
that's very nice. And I'm sorry to ask you, but like since you have already said
Mm,
that first attempt, second attempt was not uh
mm.
prepared well. So anyway, let me just ask you if you still remember how much mark do you score in your first attempt without studying?
In my first attempt, I scored like, what was it, 128 only, I think. I think
Okay,
I scored only 100 something, and then my second attempt I got 402, I believe, last
oh,
year,
that's huge.
and then this year I got 475.
Okay. So how do you manage to increase the score?
Uh, I trust in God before I Before I study each morning, I pray. I ask him for wisdom, and then after I study, I pray to him, thanking him, and then it's mostly down to God and hard work, I believe, and determination. That's very important. Hard work, determination, and God. These are my. That's how I keep on increasing my marks. I believe. I'm not.
That's very interesting. So that means
Mm,
your perseverance and your hard work does not go in vain,
mm.
right? That's
Yes, yes.
good. And we are so proud of you and we are so
Thank
happy.
you. Thank
And we have lots of questions, but for the time being, one more last question for right now.
you.
Uh,
Mm,
will you please drop few advice or suggestion for the young aspirants to become a doctor? There are so many aspirants like who are still in class 10, 11, 12.
mm,
Okay. And now, presently, they are already gave one or two attempts, but
mm.
they could not score. So, will you please start it from the beginners, the middle, and then, like we said, primary, tertiary, like secondary, tertiary.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, will you please,
Uh,
well, from
I have
beginning? Yeah.
I've been asked this question a lot of times. So I think I have 4 or 5 points. The first one is always believe in God, always pray, read your Bible, trust in God. And the second point will be hard work. Work hard, don't be lazy. If you're lazy, then you won't find success anywhere in life. And my third point will be determination. If you are determined, then you will if you are determined, then that will give you strength. That will give you strength to work hard. And the third one is to never give up, persevere. I've had a lot of aspirants come to me saying, how do you do this? How are you so determined? How can you go on after failing 2 times? And then the answer is to believe in yourself, to be determined, to persevere, because if you give up too early, then you won't find success. So the main points are God, hard work, determination, and always to believe in yourself.
Oh, that's great. But we'll come back to you again because we want to
Okay.
get more information from you because now you are the main source where the newcomers and
Mm.
or other students experience they want to know more about you and we're going to ask you more. Okay, so for the time
Mm.
being, let's go to our respected doctor. He is uh, Dr. Neison. So many of our Comrem people might know him, but most of the people who are new to this YouTube, they might not know him. He's Dr. M. Neison, uh, DCH. I don't know the full form since I'm not from the medical background, but he will going to explain it. And MD, and he's a specialist pediatric. If I'm not wrong, he's a specialist in child care. I think pediatric means child, right? And presently
Mm.
he's at a district hospital, Tamenglong. So, Dr. Neison, we want to ask you a few questions in Kom dialect first, and we want you to speak in Kom. And in between, we're gonna ask you a questions that you have to explain it in English because some of the questions needs to be explained in English, so we don't need to repeat it again in Com. And this question I'm going to ask you in Com, and you have to tell us in Com. In pa Com here, nation. Tuning hin nang intrat katam ta om julai kom sik hai anan nang intrat ma katam ta om kom sik hai tuning hin nula pa hai kom mi pu hai doctor nation hin nai pang ke ena specialist ke nisani te an ne an thaka an na pa chuwa an hi an mai an erma an ju doctor nation. You can call him anytime. Tak a phone hi ka chin re ria maturi lo ke asang inum kan tek ni to thai ke ni minisa doctor specialist in kan inai ke katang hi a kom hai achang no ma mai tuninga ni eva Kom TV ni be khana kai khan ka he hi ka chang ya khan kaya ko om doctor nation lung sat taka nang chung chang na family na puai ram hing na ram hing khan chu na khu khan chu cover hin mo kom chei ve ni tronga nari numaya sapro nari numaya hi velung set tak anani ri pe sang su impak kom si
man kaya Kom TV man pa na kay picture ke ayar jo kiwe tulai technology kan ngrabin ka khanga kiba technology YouTube through hin mi pui in ni phak tara mi pui kur mi pui mit ni phak tara hin ini ni tak sakat ni siama achang drone mi pui lung sat na kan chu khat na kan rat to na kan chu tun ka len tak na nei to yar man pa na pe ke kan chu ba ka khia aga to tar kan chu aga sit tar chang ri ti hi nang ni na ni na ma thong na trong kai hi ke
thank you
kai hi karning Neison an ti ke kai hi hok tak kai hap len hok tak an ko ding ke kai ni tun hin kai ra beria theu ko mong kan inom inin ko hin ko men ke kan family history and knowledge dia san chu kakanai kapara ni mangte manglo thang ke kan kakanai nura mingin laiwan sin ke kan career ni he no kai MBBS 2004 MBBS Bihar anju ko siang kan atuna degree na taiti DCH ka diploma in child health care ka 2012 Dilian ko kai chai ke kan MD na pharmacology Reim sa kai chai hi siang ni ka toy lama kai resume tipat verbal resume ka hi siang ni chang sak
Kom here thank you so much as we all heard that he did his MBBS in the year 2004 and presently he is at Tamenglong hospital district hospital Tamenglong he's posted there. So I hope all the viewers, if you happen to visit Tamenglong district hospital, you can meet Dr. Neison. He's from our community and he's very humble and he's a child specialist pediatric doctor. That's all about his introduction. Atuna, let's go next question. Kakom sung hin any medical doctor hi haija ka pumo ko omjoman MBBS sangraso BDS sangraso
atuna hin census hi thinga union achangmakle organization achangmakle kaini tup thaina platform hi legally achangmakle kaini magyar hin exact man hanne achangino round about 15 to 20 hijo kachangman ti MBBS kasahi kachangman ti kai hi number ke khanchu anchu hai hi MBBS le BDS katina ta anchu hi ranga ko po hi chu hai ke tun anchu hai hi hi exact details su changma yar chu anthan man Manipur akir man lia ko man khane kanchu tup thaina platform thana ko ma khane atun takin ta ka kai taman hada ayar chu hibak fila comment khane kai taman had dung ju yechu kai knowledge dung ju yechu around 5 somewhere around 5 to 7 tuntuna MBBS an chuwa ko
okay Pak Kom here atuna khan question answer nei rina khan in tup thaina gangwa nei ri khan question khat ka hedar hum chaka chu aini ka kom doctors keep in society in khat ni nei ne thamak ning mo like example khat doctor he mi hai chu mi ja nei chu ka hi thema chang chu mani society tak chu timeng ta hai they have connectivity no how ka po aini ka kom doctor sung hin society hi in khat ni nei hi ka thasik mon ti na mandan ni nei ve hinang mandan na hai mo ko
hiba hi chu hiba idea hi chu ka thatak kainom phabong khata khan chu kamandon din su ki hiba hi atun pha technology an sang yo khan hiba hi intup thaya society platform khan tup na ne nain chu khanan ko ni pui hi reach to kalai hi si ayar chu tu lai covid an put telemedicine na khachu mobile through WhatsApp through treatment hin khan akhing anto tarma achang ajing cho anto ke khamyara aga tamlang cho anto ke khamyar hi bata hi ai doctor sing na Kom doctor sing nin tup thaya kan society khan ni naya khan awat sam atlak sam achang mal nai pangai hong ma thok thaina ni na he si achang makle mi kana mi kada ma om phal ai khongam arrangement to pe he si ti aga thotak suggestion ke hirta hi o ma chang chu ni society hi ni community khang taw na sam ni zui ka chang si ki
kat her na idea ka ayar chu ai ni chu timeng he vein delhi ku puya ni shu puya simte he ing ja kasin he mani he intup thai he ai nim chu intup thai yo man kai tam ho chu ai ni ka komum in long sat her man ai ni hi khatur mo tu na hi kai observe mi hen chu ka kom man ni malum ka sin ta no ai ni malum ka len ke ni ka kom me trong ra ki ni ri thai tu pa tu sap trong rap chu ka koma delhi hai nai pan te bi sap ai wong ke sap trong sap trong tiram hai tai trong any language any dialect hi ka them no hana ai ni hi hai ma disi ni malung ka sin intiama ai ni ka koma ni hana ke tam husuram akatam lang miraki ben malung ka thar hai ke chu miraki malung ka thar mu ga mu yo ke ka koma hi yar chu min rin set omrai ma ai ni ja sunga hin ja sinawang khala khat atuna nang tari ka pu khan any doctor association ka pung khat ni sema changin chu register ni la to ma changin nom no pahin na hi ka pu khan imphal sunga kan na hi ka thana nga doctor el discuss nan to delhi tin an hong tira changno amana ri chu delhi ni tirin chu ka dam si ai dammo ni achan delhi ni tirum ka dam si ta khal shen yar ka lu si atong no kana delhi sunga ni tir pha ra hi hospital man enri Ivahin kadek Kom Tv association in nain chu khawakhan an hong sen ti ka taksan no khatang an chu nanginum you have lots of friends and tinga pai like example aramhing au chung nei le nai pa au hemaka so thangkhujam au doctor thangkhujam apulam boy kana doctor gaya kom doctor thangpa even any IS pu doctor nei len thangla anum hayum doctor e kya no on connectivity hi ni sem si hi ai ni ja sur changlo nang ni doctor kan plus multiple kha nantan pu ye core changla so tu za changla so something go hat ting kha connectivity ni nei chan chu akana ka sim tu ama chan emergency khan hai kho ma treat lo si khom hun ma treat lo si ti khan yong nei si yo hi ve hi ka thatak tia ke inum kamandan no hi ve hi lungset ta ga doctor nei so nang inum na pha chu hai ma disi kachin si no ta ka hi ve hi initiative ni hai to like ni upa hai num atha ansak na si ka tak san yar chu ni doctor specialist by in kadasan if we just go and approach hai ma disi atuna chin lai ta changin chu amam approach ka to pa ka amalung ka na thai no right so like association ka pu group kan ni nei chan chu ming khan like example Kom TV telemedicine consultation group example through Kom TV kan ai ming khat hindam mo kam ya khwa mo to message kan hi ma shu chan chu nang ni khan discuss na hai to chang chu then how he should get treatment in falam khawam huna mo treatment to ka thasi first aid hai khwa ma ti khanu khani to chang chu this is very good tia kamandan no nang nai how far nang mandan na anything at na to hung ka ma yu chung sang
kibahi suppose ming khat in everything knowledge hi mathan pat tarma ki information hi in khat mi khat in athek alai nei si mi khat athek alai nei si kibahin aini society organization khat o ma chang information rakip khan to knowledge rakip khan amuni khat khan ni man chu na chang chu khan tu khan powerful khan chu trun ranak tak ni pui ne achang mak khang taw na ato tar ti hi chu ni pui ne man hat pat ke khavadung ju ya khan hin chun thai na khan ne na ya chang chu treatment chang ra nai pangai awareness chang ra khan chu anything any issue hong phal hi medical legal any medical legal case ahoma sang in kat nin set to knowledge share nin to sang chu hi ba hi ratha kanai tak to na to si hi kem ka tak sang ki
Pak Kom, ayar chu ibin ito sana naipang in di doctor infal kun doctor aram hingum marhet meng a doctor hospital ram hingum rimak rang kaida thaya dot ni ka kom naipang di tisu ka pui te sa da to chun ka doctor ka ni mi chu sang lo hai no ka hui ka tha result pek lo yo hai danum dan lo yo hai ni hi hai mong khat chingmi ni chang yara mo hai mang khat ignorant ka puan ta tong khat ka omri ga te no hi real time ka shukki ayar hingkang wa phat ai hin atuna doctor association an hai shema chang chu atham num any senior doctor doctor thang pai au thang khazam he pulam boy hai khana tuna ya kam chi vei nang ni khan vahi ratha kha ni nei da ta tin minum ta chi ka ya sing man no in pa kom here hi ba chung sang ani la hi sa se amiruk chu vei question in khat nang nang in particularly kan tai dar hum che kom tv telemedicine consultation program and man look into nang service napik torsik mo just
ka thata ke atun la dia suggestion ni to ka ke hi kai ru chang lo mi ayar chu consultancy any medicine case or surgery case some like gynae case atama ka tama ke ti chu branch in khan an problem e khong si ka sang yar khan kai subject ka khan chang chu kai no help ka to thai si ke ka yar mi in chun pada consultancy ni don chu ka thada chi ka chang ni no kai line ru ka khan consultancy darin tin chu problem ama the only thing is
thank you
khawaka time slot ka fix ka sang si ke kai ni ki chu convenient khat thaya both side both ends convenient pha ka chang si ke ti hi chu kai ri no but I'm always ready for
Pak Kom here pathin in Hmangte picture so any Kom TV initiative New York kan hai ri phat le na hi ka po kan time slot hai ka thani ri si kana ini doctor nei len thangom ka tha kan sel ni to si kan alak ni doctor ka ya kom tak hi nya kom he ke ni doctor hai an mani request ni to hai si no au kan hi va hi za si ani to ke tu ninga an bek menim za si ke va hi ini ni personal ta hai ti jang ralai chung bong khat ni ring lai ni phung ni za ni uni nai ni en ma achang ne hai sik mo ka ring mana no va hi naman dan na kha malung len na ni pek yara nang na chung yo kan in pa kan phung so let me come to the another questions tunchu Hmangte Ronald in relation to Hmangte Ronald Dr. Neison na thai mo na network I think na thai no
kai mo
so we want to ask you a question you have to explain it in English for Hmangte Ronald so that not only Ronald there are so many aspirants who are watching today and there are so many upcoming doctors so Ronald before Dr. Neison come back we want to ask you one questions
Okay.
this is to Ronald for you specially how do you suggest and what do you suggest like there is a kid a student he's in class 8 he's in class 8 right now he want to become a doctor so is it the right time to start preparing from class 8 and so how he's going to prepare for this NEET exam
I believe it's never too early to prepare for anything or too late to prepare for anything or for that matter. So I think it's the perfect time to let him start, you know, let him get acquainted with the question pattern and all. Let him start studying his science. So I think it's the perfect time to be preparing for NEET exam. Let him start with his biology first and his physics because I believe they're the same subjects from class 8, 9, 10. These are the basic ones that we are studying.
okay
We are studying class 11 and 12 science subjects, and it's all still connected from class 8, 9, 10. This science because there's not much to study. Let's just put it like that. There's a lot to study, but I mean the topics they're all still connected. So if they start studying from class 8, then chances are they will get through it in their very first attempt.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice.
Mm.
And one more questions. Like first attempt he scored only 120. Second also only 150. How should he improve in the third attempt?
I believe he should study more. Also, you have these special classes in coaching centers, in these tuitions. I believe he should get more. He should change the books he studies, and also he should find good teachers to teach him, and he should evaluate himself. That's what I'm trying to get to the point. The main point I'm trying to say is he should evaluate himself through mock tests. Mock tests are very, very important because if you don't go through these mock tests, which are the same, how to put it, it's in the same pattern because these coaching institutions give us these simple mock tests, which are very helpful. The aspirant should give more of these mock tests, evaluate himself, see which subject he is the weakest in, maybe physics, chemistry, or biology, and then he should improve. The aspirant should improve himself in that set subject. That's the only way to improve.
That's very, very what is it? That's very clear information you are providing. Thank you so much. And would you mind if you share a few of the authors of the book in the end of this discussion? Not right now, okay? But
Okay.
I want to ask few questions to Dr. Neison in relation to you because from maybe next week or from next month you are going to enter for this medical institution, right? For your training, for your this MBBS training and whatever. So Neison, will you please tell him what are the difficulties he is going to face in the first phase of entering this medical institution? Nathai mo, Neison. Man, first what difficulties a man face at law? What are the difficulties he's going to face when he start entering and when he start pursuing this MBBS?
Sure.
How he is going to
Hello.
how he's going to handle and how he's going to become the topper. That's you. We need your advice. Thank you.
Hello, Ronald.
Hello. Good afternoon.
And sorry for the network. Actually, it has been breaking here and there. I'm a little bit out of the town, so sorry for the network. And coming into you will be introduced into a totally different world. Actually, that is, as you know, it's a medicine. What we are going to learn is a little bit different from the mainstream subjects that you have taken before. I guess I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you will be with the difficulties in life because you have appeared 3 times. I mean, like this your third. You have tried very, very hard for that. So I think what you're going to face is it won't be unusual. So it is the difficulties that you have faced in life. Life is full of difficulties. This is a part of your life. So what you're going to learn will be, I think, until now, if that doesn't change the subject, it will be anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. So anatomy is just want to say like in details. So you're going to face is like number one is it's a totally new subject, totally new world. I mean, like new terminologies and new definitions of the things that you're going to learn. That is a big difficulty that I face. I mean, like I don't know where you are admitted, but if you're if your place of ambition is somewhere where you are so much acquainted with in Manipur or somewhere in Northeast, then that's well and fine. I mean, like you won't have difficulty of learning, of introducing it to new friends, and like you won't have difficulties of having to deal with the bad. I mean, like
Yeah.
so. The only thing that you are going you should take care of is like peer pressure. Peer pressure is very very high in MBBS period. Uh, so peer pressure to do. I mean, like it's what to say, like you are. I mean, like we are in our youthful days during our MBBS. I mean, like you're going to face new challenges in life. Yeah, there will be lots of peer pressure to do both good things and bad things. So it's your choice. I mean, like that's one of the biggest. I mean, like pressure that we difficulties that we face in this one. But it's a learning phase, so you have to take it. You have to be cool. You have to be chill about that. So, but second thing is like uh, as you said before, like it is not always, it is not too early to prepare, and it's not all. I mean, like too need busy. That's what I want you to keep in mind, because uh, years back, I mean, like MBBS was sufficient, but I think now MBBS is just a platform. I mean, like you need to do uh, great if you want to do great things in life. I mean, like you need to be specialized in some subject. After that, even after specialization, there is super specialty about the subject that you want. So as you say, like you can start preparing. I mean, like not actually start preparing, that will be too early, but the things like you have to be aware of, and you have to keep that in mind. Just that I have to face something. So if you're preparing in that direction, I think NEET PG won't be too tough to clear. I mean, like that too in good rank. So that's the thing I want you to keep in mind. But and like as you said, like there is lots of difficulties that peer pressure is, I think, one of it, and like new introduction to new subjects, new chapters in life is also that I think. But everything is, it's a learning period. So from your from this interview, I got to know that you are. I mean, like you doesn't forget God, so He will lead you.
Thank you. Thank you for the advice.
Thank you, thank you. There will be lots of advice coming up. And Hmangte Ronald, I would like to tell you one thing. When you start getting this kind of medical profession training, whatever, in the gyms or wherever, if you have any doubt, you can call them. They will guide you. And if you have any difficulties, so many doctors we have. You don't need to be worried. And one more thing I do believe in you is you are already sufficient, because you are God-fearing child and you are a God-fearing man, and at the same time who knows what you're doing. So I think you will do great. And in between, before I ask you, before I go to Neison again, I want to ask you, Ronald, what do you want to be as a doctor? Like Dr. Neison have just talked about specialties, and what about, there are so many things, step by step is there. What do you want to become? Like a neurosurgeon, example, in which field, like neurology, pediatric, and what oncology? What for me, I'm very poor in this kind of subject, but what I know is there are lots of specialties, right, in medical. So in which field do you want to pursue more?
Actually, I have two in mind. I want to become a specialist in two different fields, which
Okay.
is medicine and pediatrics,
Oh,
so that I can help people more, because in medicine it's a broad subject. You can treat most diseases in through medicine, and in pediatrics you can help the young kids.
okay.
Because those are my two main aims.
That's very good. May God bless you. But in between, these days, since we are human beings, what about gynae? You don't want to become a gynae doctor?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. See, sometimes, we need a doctor. In our community, I'm looking for any girl doctor, I mean, aspirants. if they become like a doctor, I want them to be a gynae doctor specialist, because every human generation we become a human being because of woman, right? So we need a very good special doctor in our community so that we can help each other. Anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Ronald. I have to say you now, doctor. So one more question to Ronald. Another, what is your future aim for our community, for our Kom community? What is your
I want to uplift our community, to be frankly,
aim?
because as you have said before, we are a small community, and everywhere we go, we are the smallest community. But I want to be part of a revolution, let's just say, to bring our community to uplift our community.
That's very
But
good.
it gives me immense joy, because every time there is a result, maybe SSC, MPSC, or anything, there's always one or two com names,
Yeah.
and that makes me really happy. And I believe we are heading in the right direction as a community.
Thank you so much that much you love your community. Yeah, we should love our community, because when the nation comes, it starts from the community. The nation is becoming a developed nation, developed country. It doesn't come from a single person. They come from communities. So
Mm.
you are the real nationalist, and I'm really thankful to you. You are the real Kom Sapa, and I hope our community will pray for you and do best in your future endeavors in your studies. And I hope you become the specialist in medicine as well as in pediatric. And now I want to ask you, Dr. Neison, uh, I just want to ask, how many doctors in our community do we have specialists, like MD specialists, what do we call? And how many of them have already finished? And is there any doctor who are uh, like doing this for specialists? Akachayo ko mo kung am konjamo ko may ni ka komsung.
Akacahi akina melai akacahi atuntuna nihika
Okay.
or organization akom kinetical census khatchu omak asanginom kai taman hada chu thum manli chu kai knowledge tung ju ya ke hi kalai khe yung kalai khe I think we are all around in our community, which I might be wrong because there is no doctors association. There is no concrete census on this, so like 3, 4, 5, something like that.
Oh, Pak Kom here, thank you so much. So, tuninga discussion in hangkan kachangsi, it is very productive, and I want to ask few things. It is apart from our studies now. Dr. Ronald, what are your hobbies? Can you please tell me about your hobbies?
I like watching movies and cooking.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay.
I watched when I was preparing. I used to watch a lot of to clear my mind. I used to watch a lot of comedies, so I believe it has become a hobby for me. And I love helping around at home, so I love cooking. And I cook for people, and I cook for my younger sister and my relatives a lot. So it has become a hobby for me. Those two are my hobbies.
Oh, that's very interesting. How long? I mean, how much time do you spend? Do you use WhatsApp, Facebook frequently?
WhatsApp, I believe I use it frequently, but other social media, I'm not that active in it.
Okay.
I'm not a big guy for social media.
Does this social media is very necessary while preparing this NEET exam?
No, I don't believe it's necessary, but YouTube helps me a lot. YouTube, because there's a lot of channels from great institutions giving out free coaching to poorer aspirants. So they helped me a lot.
It's very interesting. That means, yeah, social media is very useful for the person who can use it.
Yes,
But
yes.
it is destructive for the person who cannot use it. So, and
Yes.
now with the Kom TV team, we are also thinking whom we should bring and give the message about this, how to use social media, but we could not find a particular person. So, like you have said, depends on the person, right? How they use. This is the most important things that we come to know today discussion. And one more questions, like since you are a grown-up man now, do you have any girlfriend or what? Will you please tell us?
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm still single.
yeah, that's great. Don't worry about girlfriend. God is there. Like you said, God will prepare your partner when you are done with the special, what to say, like after MBBS, you have to go through so many studies. So God knows what you will going to be, and then God already prepare a girl for you. So you see, that's very good to hear that you are still single. It should be. And even this year, last year, when we asked that now he is in Jenims, that he's from our community, from Samulamlan, he also said he's still single. So this is very good because that means your full concentration in your textbook.
Yes, yes.
You don't
That's
divert,
it.
keeping friends, and yeah, you might have lots of friends, but that's what I come to know that. Thank you so much, Ronel, and may God bless you. And whatever the hard work you did, whom do you want to give the credit?
First, my first credit would be God, as always, because He's the one who helps me get through everything. He's the one who gives me strength. And the second credit goes to my parents for their relentless hard work because they have sacrificed a lot, and all my needs, even if they may be expensive or difficult to get, they will always get me. They will always get me those things. So uh, those are my two main credits: God and my parents.
Thank you so much. I know, your parents, they are they are the one who make you stand in this position till today. So on behalf of the Komran people, on behalf of the Kom TV, we respect your parents, and even the rest of the parents, they will do the same so that their sons and daughters, they would be coming out of this difficulties, and then they will clear this kind of difficult exams like NEET and other engineering exams and all. So thank you so much. And nula pa hai, like Ronald nu, Ronald pa, patenin damnar hing se shot picture so nang ni intupri zara tuning ni sapa Ronald hi need clear it okay va hi nim hu phala paten man pa kom nang ni kan man pa her chu nula pa hai nang ni zara ke. So and pa kom here and Ronald, we the Com boys are very good in cooking. Any Com boys come to Delhi, go to Bangalore, anywhere, we're all good. And then this is the specialties about our community. And ask to your friends if you don't believe, if any function is happening in any Com village, ask them to go and visit. They will surely, if they prepare food, they will surely have it because the way we make the food is little bit different from other community. I'm not saying others are bad. They have their own specialty of cooking, but we the Com have very different ingredient. That's I would like to say apart from our discussion. Thank you so much, Ronel. And one more last question for Dr. Neison. Dr. Neison, uh, Dr. Naipanghe. See, today our counters or youth, and there are lots of experience. Naipanghe, Dr. Inchang Humhe. And mani sig a hin. Hey Trong Monadanum, what advice do you want to give to the youngsters, to the students who want to become a doctor?
Okay, thank you. He strong one really. I mean, there is First of all, there is no shortcut to success in
Mm.
life. Yes, Ronald has said, hard work, things that is very, very important for any kind of success. The way to success is the same in every.
Your network is sometimes it disturb. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like my network breaks. Sorry for that. Hello.
Yeah.
Am
It's
I
audible.
audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, Avia, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Sorry
audible.
for the network.
No problem.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Amain kay pena so success is chung suk na sika shortcut hey ki omaki. Kina Ronald in tiga po. Hard work, dedication, kind of perseverance. Tisu. Network hui tak magyo. My network breaks. Network hui magyo.
Yeah. So we'll do one thing. One day we will going to continue again, Dr. Neison.
Yes.
Yeah, like the viewer, they will get bored, and then since the network is not good, no problem. But thank you so much. And one more thing, Dr. Neison okay. Till today he's a bachelor, he's a rether, but he's going to get married on 20, if I'm not wrong, 25th of this month, right, Neison?
Yes.
So
That's
from from the whole community, we congratulate you, and we might not be able to come to your marriage, but we wish you a happy married life. And
Thank
on
you.
your marriage day, may the God protect those bad weathers, whatever.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you
And
so much, Kom
Dr.
TV.
Ronald, he is your uncle. You can join his marriage. You can go and have fun if you have time. So thank you so much, all the viewers.
Thank you, Kom TV.
Watching live right now. We are going to wind up today. And once again, congratulations, Ronald. And we, the Kom TV team, this is our community YouTube channel. And we are the, we are the just beginners, so to say. We have just started so that we connect each other. And then we share whatever we have in our mind so that we can build this community for the future, not for the present, for the future. So I do believe that you, like you have just said, you love our community. So let's build this community together, maybe through media, maybe through in different medium. So thank you so much for coming, Dr. Neison and Dr. Ronald.
Thank you.
And thank you every viewers and subscribers. And Kom minumi pahay pa Kom he pa chong khat lima chang nani and puijara kaseng ka chang si tuning khalea chu. Thank you everyone.